Imagine this: a dedicated university professor, once hailed as a key player in one of the most thrilling archaeological discoveries of our time, finds himself at the center of a courtroom drama, battling a Hollywood star and his film empire over how he's depicted on screen. It's a tale that blends history, creativity, and the fine line between fact and fiction, and it's got everyone talking. But here's where it gets controversial. Should artists really have the freedom to twist real events for dramatic effect, or does that cross into harmful territory when it smears someone's reputation? Let's dive into this fascinating case and unpack what it means for truth in storytelling. Just recently, news broke that Richard Taylor, a prominent academic, has secured a hefty sum in damages following a court ruling that his portrayal in the Steve Coogan film The Lost King carried a defamatory edge. For those new to the concept, defamation is basically when someone spreads false information that damages another's reputation. Think slander or libel, but in this case, it's about how a movie depicts real people. Taylor took legal action against comedian Steve Coogan, who penned and starred in the film, along with production companies Baby Cow and Pad Productions. On Monday, it was revealed that Taylor's lawsuit had succeeded, marking a significant win for him after he voiced deep dissatisfaction with the way his character was brought to life. The movie, The Lost King, chronicles the astonishing hunt for the remains of King Richard III beneath a parking lot in Leicester back in 2012, a discovery that captured the world's imagination and involved a mix of amateur enthusiasts and seasoned experts from the University of Leicester. As part of the settlement, the film will undergo changes to remove or alter the defamatory elements, ensuring those misleading portrayals aren't repeated in future screenings. Taylor argued in his high court case that the film painted him as misogynistic and weasel-like, which, if you're picturing it, evokes someone sneaky or untrustworthy, far from the collaborative spirit he remembers. Stepping out of the Royal Courts of Justice, Taylor shared his thoughts with the BBC, expressing relief and a sense of vindication. "I'm really pleased that we have finally established that the film is a defamatory portrayal of me, baseless in its depiction of me and a distortion of the search for Richard III. And I don't let that detract from what was a fantastic piece of teamwork, a collaborative experience where university academics and amateurs came together to search for Richard III. But it's fantastic now that we have established in court that The Lost King is a misleading, defamatory, untrue portrayal of what happened in Leicester back in 2012. It's a powerful statement that highlights the joy of the real-life discovery while calling out the film's inaccuracies." For context, The Lost King shines a spotlight on historian Philippa Langley's pivotal role in the search, backed by archaeologists from the University of Leicester. Taylor, who served as the university's deputy registrar at the time, is portrayed on screen by actor Lee Ingleby. In June, Judge Jaron Lewis determined that the film depicted Taylor as someone who knowingly misrepresented facts to the media and the public, about the find coming across as smug, unduly dismissive, and patronizing. These traits could indeed be seen as defamatory, as they implied dishonesty or arrogance without basis, though the judge's ruling set the stage for the eventual settlement, sparing the need for a full trial. In a follow-up statement, Taylor, who now holds the position of Chief Operating Officer at Loughborough University, elaborated, "Whilst it is clear to me that the defendants were misled as to the events of the discovery, they made a deliberate choice to accept those accounts, failing to speak or check basic facts. Our work is twisted into a false caricature of university elitism, ivory towers, and self-interest." Here, he's pointing out what many might view as a lapse in due diligence: filmmakers opting for sensationalism over verification, which could be a hot-button issue in an age of fake news and viral misinformation. And this is the part most people miss. Daniel Jennings, a defamation expert from Shakespeare Martineau who represented Taylor, called it a defamation David and Goliath moment. He explained, "Individuals often feel unable to speak up against large corporations and well-known personalities, but this one demonstrates that there is recourse when wrongs have been committed. We live in an era of documentaries, podcasts, and very public investigative journalism, and there's a growing trend for film and television productions to be labeled as true accounts to grab audience attention and generate media buzz around new releases. Mr. Taylor's win should act as a real warning for anything looking to use those tactics. The law is very clear and there are defined routes to compensation for individuals who find themselves misrepresented. It's a reminder that even in entertainment, accountability matters, perhaps sparking debate on whether creators should prioritize authenticity to avoid lawsuits, or if artistic liberties are essential for captivating audiences. For instance, think about other biopics where real people feel unfairly depicted. Does this case set a precedent? From the other side, Path Productions, Baby Cow Productions, and Steve Coogan issued a joint response. As a distributor and producer recognized for bringing complex, real-life stories to audiences, we are deeply aware of the responsibility that comes with such portrayals and approach each project with care, integrity, and a commitment to authenticity. We remain incredibly proud of this film and are pleased this matter has now been settled. It's a stance that emphasizes their good intentions, but it leaves room for questions. Is pride in a work enough when it leads to real harm? This case isn't just about one man and one movie, it's a broader conversation about the power of media to shape perceptions. Do filmmakers owe it to real people to get the facts straight, even if it means toning down the drama? Or should creative storytelling trump accuracy in the name of entertainment? What do you think? Should there be stricter rules for based on true events narratives? Or is this a slippery slope towards censorship? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear if you agree with Taylor's victory or see it as an overreach. And remember, this is just one chapter in the ongoing debate between art and ethics in storytelling.